The lesson of the birds. When man gets ready to fly, in his prop plane, his jet plane, his mighty missile, he prudently waits for the lift required to become airborne. Unless ample power is provided, in advance, man will not make the attempt to fly. And wisely so. I do not criticize man's prudence in this mode of transportation which requires his dependence on mechanical means. I simply want to contrast man's flying with that of the birds. While man properly waits for enough power in advance of takeoff for liftoff, the bird confidently pushes off from its perch, simultaneously waves its wings and easily flies, without fear that the power for flying will not be provided as needed. We will concede that the bird is better equipped for flying on 2 counts. 1. The bird was designed by nature to fly, and 2. The bird has an inner sense which assures it that the power to fly will be provided any time it pushes off from its perch, that by doing, it will receive the power. And that is our lesson from the birds, not to be able to fly as they do, which obviously we cannot, but to acquire the unquestioning faith that by doing, we will receive the power, not to fly, but to surmount, in our human way, the obstacles of life. Imagine a bird, perched on a limb, frantically flapping its wings waiting to be lifted. Yet that is what man does when he frantically waits for enough power, in advance, before pushing off into his human environment to achieve what he really could, if he only realized that by doing, he would receive the power. If we wait to be lifted to the heights of personal achievement, if we make no attempt until we are assured of the necessary power in advance, we shall remain, flapping frantically on our present perch, clutching to it with indecision, hesitation and fear, until time breaks us loose and we fall down. Every time we see a bluebird fly or an eagle soar, it should remind us that only by doing, we receive the power to do. We should learn that the personal power to achieve comes with the doing and is not provided wholly in advance of the effort. Thus, the more we do, the more power we receive for doing, and our own action becomes the genera and of greater action. But how do we differentiate between prudence and fear? How do we know if we should make the attempt? When should we push off from our safe perch toward greater heights of personal achievement? There is a law of life which states, whatever man can conceive and believe, man can achieve. To that eternal law, we can add the lesson of the birds. By doing, we will receive the power. How can this be possible, that by the act of doing, we generate or receive the power to do? One answer comes from the psychologists. The most conservative psychologists say that a person seldom uses more than half of his actual capability. So simply by doing, you will double your power. Many psychologists say that a person operates only at 1/10 capacity. They say you are capable of doing 10 times as much, simply by doing. So you have from twice to 10 times more power than you are using. Therefore you can do from twice to 10 times as much, just by doing it. But there is much more power available to you than that. There is infinite power which provides the power to the entire universe and everything in it, including you. So there is as much power available as you have faith to use. If a little bird can have the faith to reach to its destination, surely you can have faith that will supply you the kind and amount of power to reach your goal. As you do, you will receive.